What is going on, guys? It's Dan the Man, aka Daniel San, and I just got back from Kingdom, a Planet of the Apes, and this is going to be a non-spoiler, so don't worry. I'm just going to talk about this film, a lot of aspects that I loved about this film, and I gotta say, guys, man, I was looking forward to it. I didn't have high expectations. I love the trilogy that, we had Rise of Planet of the Apes, Dawn of Planet of the Apes, War of Planet of the Apes, and Caesar's story. So I was kind of curious to see how they were going to take the ball and run with it on this one. Are we going to get more towards, was it Charlton Heston's kind of Planet of the Apes? Are we leaning towards more of that timeline? The trailers, bravo, kudos to the trailers, because the trailers, they get you intrigued, interested. They want you to come back to this, this world that it's been years since the last film, and going into this, and I was completely blown away of how much this, it didn't spoil in the trailer. So that was one big positive when I was watching this film, and I'm here to tell you guys, no sugarcoating it. This movie is phenomenal. Phenomenal. There is an argument to be made that this might be actually the best out of the series. And I think for me personally, I really loved Rise. I thought Rise origin story was, God, it was great. It was fantastic. I think a lot of people complained about James Franco being in that film, but I think that, he did okay for that part. I still like the relationship between him and Caesar. And I think, to me, War was good, but it just did not hit the high notes that Dawn hit. Dawn was like one of the most perfect movies I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I haven't gone back to that trilogy in a while, but in my take, I think that is one of the greatest trilogies to ever be put on film. But now we have this film, Kingdom of Planet of the Apes, and after getting done with it, man, there is such a case to be made that this is the best out of the series. First of all, the imagery, the setups, the character detail, the character development, just as good as like Caesar's and a lot of the like Rocket and Maurice in those the last trilogy. And here you have Noah, who takes on the lead. You have a lot of players that are in this film that you kind of dissect, or you kind of go along as the story progresses. You love for example, the relationship between Noah and his father, it's not really too much in the film, but with the little that we get, you feel the impact of a lot of things that are happening throughout the beginning of this film. And I think that's kudos to the writing, to the slow building of this this characters and this world. And I know a lot of people are going to complain on the time and how long it is. It is a long movie, but I felt engaged throughout. I felt absolutely just glued to my seat, watching a lot of great things that were happening in this film. I was very intrigued with Noah. I was very intrigued of where his story was going to go and the people that he met throughout the way. So I think what's the best thing about this film is the characters. The characters are so driven in this film that it just made me want to root for them, worry about them, not trust some of them. This was phenomenal writing for character building, and a lot of times it's more of show me, don't tell me. There is some narrations and explaining on some things in this film, but I don't think that takes away from a lot of what I'm being seen and what I'm being shown, because the show me aspect is fantastic. A lot of things I didn't think was going to happen in this film, just because there is a lot of callbacks. There is of the last trilogy kind of creeping in here. I mean, the big part is Caesar's legacy, but seeing a lot of the things that are happening in this film and seeing a lot of just the aspect of like the settings and all that stuff, it is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm happy to say that The score was great. The visuals were great. The CGI has never been better. I mean, it's been years since War, and I even thought back in the day that was phenomenal CGI and it was phenomenal acting when it came to that. But for this one, it's you know, we're here at the age where it's just feels really real. Everything feels so detailed. So I'm absolutely. I was stunned. I was stunned and I was visually just captivated by a lot of the things I was seeing on the big screen. I guess I don't really have any complaints about this film. There is not too much to complain about. Maybe there was a little bit too much of the callbacks. There was a little bit too much of Caesar's legacy from the last film creeping onto this one. But it's honestly just a minor nitpick. It's nothing to really kind of holler about and say, like, this should have never... this is too much. This is too much fan service, because I don't really feel that way. I really do think this is one of the most perfect films that you could have in the cinema. Such an enjoyment, such a great... just a great experience. This is like a movie experience that you want to kick off for the summer. This is a summer movie. A lot of drama in here. Some humor in here was great. I just can't like not say enough good things about what transpired in this film. Like there's just the pacing. I don't think the pacing was off at all, even though this is a longer, like a 2.5 hour movie. The pacing still kept me going. There was still a lot of things that action beats, and the action was really, really, really good. And who doesn't want to see monkeys on horses, right? The whole thing about, you know, humans and apes coexisting and the mistrust at this point of where they're at in the story, you know, after seeing Caesar and stuff and him mistrusting some of the humans too, but having compassion and all that stuff, seeing what Noah has to go through in his arc. Just phenomenal, man. Just phenomenal. This is one of the best movie experiences I've had. It was the most unexpected movie experiences I had, because I just didn't... I thought maybe it would be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. So I have to recommend Kingdom, A Planet of the Apes. One of the greatest experiences I've had in the theater. I really did enjoy myself, just like I enjoyed myself on the trilogy. And there is a case, and I think I will make a separate video on why I think... go step by step and reasons why I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is probably the best out of the series, out of that whole trilogy and the franchise, honestly, because it was phenomenal. Phenomenal work. I want to thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and comment below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you've seen this film, no spoilers. I want everybody to go in this with really not seeing too much on or not hearing too much about this film. When it comes to spoilers and all that stuff, try to avoid it. Try to go watch it this weekend, because I think a lot of people are going to be buzzing about this come next week by the time of this recording. But like I always say, guys, grab a tick, grab a seat, make sure you got so much good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema. I'm Dan Son. I'm out here. Bye-bye.